All right, everybody, welcome back to Open Mat Chat. This is episode 50. Today we have Tanner Rice. Those of you that don't know, check out his Instagram and his Facebook page, and you'll probably learn something really quick about him. Against everything, he opened up his gym. What day did you guys open up?
What day is it? Do you remember? Whatever Monday was. Yeah, this Monday.
This last Monday.
27th.
Yeah.
27th. Yeah, man. So what made you decide to go ahead and just open up against, I'm sure you're in California, right? Your governor said do not open.
Yeah, that guy's such a fantastic human being. No, so we decided to open. First of all, it was either, we open and we stand up for something we believe in, and we actually like train and, let people come train and do what we love, or we just sit there because as far as Newsom, his plans to open, they don't mention gyms, like as far as like wrestlers and stuff like that, until like after phase 4. And they don't even give you a date when that'll happen. They barely give you any sort of timeline for phase 2, right? And that'll be like December. So we'll be paying our overhead, making no money at all until December. So we were going to lose our ass anyway. So we're like, you know what? If we're going to go out, we're going to go out with a bang. So
it's a little backstory. How long have you had a gym, and where are you located?
We're in Redding, California. We've had this gym for about 10 years. We've been in this location for almost 2.
Nice. And so with your Redding, California, it's not a huge city.
No.
Right? So you guys weren't affected that bad, right? From my understanding?
No. Not at all. Yeah, it was pretty it was like 0.003% or something.
Like nothing.
It was nothing. I don't even know what the numbers were. I know that my wife cleans the COVID tents, and those things don't even get used. They don't even make her suit up because they've never been used. So
yeah,
huge $1 million setup sitting out in front of the hospital, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah, that's the same thing here that's going on in Kentucky right now.
Yeah.
We're very low too, and our governor just started opening up stuff. I guess it's what is he calling it, phase 1?
Something like that. Chiropractors opened up on Monday here.
Nice.
Yeah. Gyms, we're not looking till like June or July, they said.
Something like that.
For what we do.
That's nuts. I mean, that's not
crazy.
bad. We could have made it till then. I wouldn't have been doing what I'm doing until then, but Newsom is a completely different human being, that guy.
Wasn't he the first governor to come up with the snitch hotline?
Yeah, that explains everything about him right there.
That's the right thing to do.
We're going to pay you to be a rat. Oh, my God. It's like there's already enough lazy people sitting at home doing nothing, you know what I mean? And he just wants to let people continue doing it forever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, man. Been dealing with crap this whole week. So
You've been a black belt for how long?
We've been, let's see, this will be, I think this is going on 8 years.
Shit, okay.
2012. So, yeah. Yeah. It'll be 8 years in October.
Nice, dude. Is that under Cabrina? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got my black belt from Cabrina.
That's pretty dope, man.
So it's not just a black belt. That's a fucking black belt.
Oh, yeah. He's a savage for sure.
For sure, dude. Man, so like, what made you guys decide to open up? Did you like contact your members first and seeing if they're ready?
Yeah, we got a little feel out there, right? We sent private messages out is the first thing we did.
Hey,
right?
your hands covered up the mic.
We didn't even expect for this to happen, like this like crazy following that we got from this. I didn't intend for this at all. It wasn't planned. we did decide, like, okay, well, if the landlord is going to make us pay rent, and there's the curve is down. There's no curve here. There was never a curve here, and so we decided, okay, we're going to send out private messages. We started sending private messages, and then we sent, the week before we opened, we sent out a message like, hey, like, would you guys show up? We sent out little polls and stuff like that. Social media, everybody was super positive except 2 families and 1 adult. So,
And what was their concern?
probably the same as everybody else's. They really didn't say their concern, honestly. They went straight to, Tanner, you're a piece of shit and you're trying to make money. And I'm like, oh, really? Wow. Okay, well, I guess I won't ever see you again. So
yeah,
I didn't even respond to their message. I was like, all right. Well,
yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, a lot of people in Kentucky, they're over it, man. They're ready.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to get back. And
for sure. And listen, like, I'm not trying to like make. Honestly, I just have the intention of opening the gym to train, just to continue doing what I've done my whole life. And when people started, saying like horrible things, or it was mostly positive, but when people started warning me like, hey, you're going to get in trouble by the state or the government or the city, I'm like, okay, well, we're just going to go until we can't anymore. So, but
Mm-hmm.
we did get our first letter today, though, right before you guys called.
Saw that, yeah.
Lady walked out on the mat. Yep. Walked out on the mat. I was teaching a kid, and just say, hey, I don't know what this is, but I'm from the county. I'm like, you fucking cunt. Like, all right, whatever. I don't care.
Hey, but if you're doing it for free, technically you're not conducting business.
Yeah. Sure.
There's no business being done.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it a volunteer payment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go to war with them for as long as we can. So this is just the very beginning.
So they just walked in.
Look, what would you say your name was? The guy in the middle?
Ethan,
you look super familiar for some reason. I don't know why.
Serial killer.
maybe.
I don't know. Feels like I've seen you guys before somewhere. So how about you guys? You guys been sitting bored at home or what?
Yeah,
dude. We're training in each other's houses.
Nice.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Just a handful of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I own a gym out here, man, and
Oh, cool.
we've been shut down for quite a while. But there's a lot of small businesses out here getting ready. I'm pretty sure to start filing lawsuits.
Perfect.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, they can't do this, like I haven't gotten anything, I haven't even got the whatever that
I
1,200.
haven't met one gym owner, like jiu-jitsu gym owner, that got any sort of that PPP plan. None of it.
Right.
I haven't heard of anyone. So, yeah. I'm so freaking over it, man. We didn't even get a stimulus check. That's nuts.
Yeah, I haven't got one yet, and I have a wife and 3 kids too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel you, man. It's nuts. But what can you do,
So-
right? We're just we're just sheep in the field of lions, right? We're just playing around, getting
that's
picked
it,
off.
man.
So,
Yeah.
it sucks because if we had everybody step up at once, and it's impossible to get something like that going, right? If you got everybody to step up and go like, "Hey, I'm just going to open my business," there's no way in hell that you could possibly, right, control that.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell without Trump going, "Okay, martial law, let's do it."
Yeah.
But he's not going to. He's trying to open it up, so it's like, all right.
Yeah, I feel like people are being patient enough, and I think mid-May, June, we're going to see a turn of events if they don't allow people to open up.
Yeah, I believe that as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's coming. So what did that letter say that they brought to you?
I got it right here. Let's look at it. You know, it's actually it's kind of soft. I was kind of unimpressed with how much hype there is behind this shit.
Hey, Tanner.
So, says, "Dear owner/manager, the Shasta County Health and Human Services Agency's Public Health Branch has received a complaint describing violations of the Executive Order N3320 and the State Public Health Officer Order March 19, 2020 to close non-essential businesses. We are asking for your help." And then it goes through and it goes, "We are working with the public to in private sectors, encouraging leaders to do the right thing. Therefore, we are urging you to take the lead in helping us protect the health of your customers and the residents of Shasta County from a surge of COVID-19. Please discontinue in-person services to comply with this health officer's order and protect our community from spread COVID-19. Thank you for your consideration." Kind of uneventful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was impressed for sure. But
yeah, it's pretty
man,
soft.
yeah, it's pretty. I was like, shit, man. Here I am expecting to get arrested, and I get this freaking note. I don't know. Pretty uneventful. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm wondering what their next step is. Like, you know.
I think it's that $1,000 fine, you know, and then after that, you know, we haven't really decided. I've been talking to a few people if we're going to pay it or if we're just not going to pay it and continue. We haven't really made that decision yet when it comes. But I mean, I don't really know how to go about it. I mean, I'm not a freaking lawyer, but we have lawyers to train here, and they've been giving me a little bit of advice. So, you know, what I was told is this has gotten so much publicity in the past few days that, you know, I'll probably get any lawyer I want because it goes against constitutional rights, right? And they said you'll get every lawyer trying to jump on your case to sue the state because, you know, you're allowed to do it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to do it then. You know, I might get shunned online or whatever, but who cares? Those guys are pussies anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. You're right. There's going to be, you know,
this is California.
A crew.
You're going to get a group of haters for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe not Kentucky though. I don't know.
Kentucky's a little more savage, man.
Yeah, those guys are gnarly.
I think I don't know. They kept all your liquor stores open and all that.
Yep, those are essential, bro.
Yeah.
I know you guys been drinking at home. Shut up. I've been drinking at home.
Oh, I know.
I'm glad they didn't shut down.
I know, me too.
Yeah, I think Adam's drinking right now. I saw him get a little glass over there. I'm like, come on, that looks like a little martini.
Bourbon, bro. We're in Kentucky. It's bourbon.
Yeah, what is that, vodka on the rocks? What is going on?
Just straight bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, man. I mean, that's a typical day at the gym too. After we train, we usually have a drink or two at the gym.
Yeah. That's what we've been doing. So.
Man, your mats look packed too, man.
Yeah, like nobody's scared. Like today, so you guys actually, that video I last posted, this is the biggest kids class we've had this week. Everybody was kind of slow. That was the only slow class we had. The adults classes have been bigger than normal. Not even from, because we have a school in Red Bluff as well. That's about 45 minutes south of here, right? So we've gotten those visitors. But as far as like visitors from Sacramento or anything, we haven't gotten any.
Right.
You know, the mats have been packed. Everybody's been super grateful we opened.
Yeah. So are you on is that your regular schedule? You have a morning class?
Yeah. So we got a 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, and then Monday through Thursday we got a 5:30, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday we got a 6 a.m. I was a little scared today. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little scared today when I showed up for 6 a.m. And I already knew because the cops that train here already texted me. They called me and they were like, "Hey, that they texted like, hey, we're gonna pay our dues and keep supporting you. We support what you do, but we can't like get in trouble because obviously they were told not to go in. Yeah. So none of them were here this morning.
They got to keep their job too, you know.
Yeah, so I understood. Like they were super supportive and nice, and like, you know, like the chief of police called me yesterday, and he was super supportive, honestly, and he was like really polite. But he said like he's like, man, I got calls that you opened your first day, and people were complaining. I'm like, man, like, who did I piss off in the city? Like, I don't even know. It's such a small town. Like, I'm gonna find you. I'm just kidding. No, but then what happened? Oh yeah, he was just like, dude. He's like, we would have just left you guys alone, but now you guys are headline news, and now I'm kind of backed into a corner. And I told him I understood, and I explained to him like, hey, I didn't mean it for it to be this big, but it happened. And he's like, yeah, I know, man. And he's like, just you'd be doing me a big solid if you shut down. And I was like, okay. And then he, I didn't answer the question, kind of avoided the question. And then he was like, let's wait and see what Governor Newsom comes out with. And that was like right before he came out with his little 4-phase plan that's absolute dog shit. And, then I haven't gotten a call back from him. So
you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Keep going until he shows up.
Right. Now, do you have a partner in the gym?
Yeah. So my brother trains here as well. He's teaching right now. I'm on here. Yeah, he's 20 years old. He's kind of been staying out of it because he doesn't really like the cameras, even though he's way more handsome than I am. He doesn't like the cameras. So
he's shy, huh?
Yeah, he's 20, man. I mean, I was so shy, 20 years old. I'm trying to get him. I would have liked him to be the face of this entire thing now because he's a virgin. He's 20 years old and he looks like Captain America. I'm like, dude.
I just saw a picture of him. He's got the nice long hair. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, we got to get you freaking laid out of this. If we don't get anything out of this, we go to prison. You're getting laid before.
You're getting laid one way or another.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so funny. That's classic, man. But so you're the owner?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you say goes, man.
Yeah. No, he's supportive of it. It's not like he's just not a fan of it. The camera's all.
How long's he been training?
Man, he's been training as long as I am. He's he's 20, almost 21. So he had been training like 16 years. I've been training 20 years. Okay. So I started around 7, but he started around 4 as soon as he could walk, pretty much, So.
That's nice, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, man. When I was in California, there was one jiu-jitsu school in Oakland and a couple kickboxing schools, and that's about it. And now I see it everywhere. It's nice.
Oh, it is. There's so many people, man. It's great to see jiu-jitsu like just from when I started, like where it's game is insane, So
right.
Yeah, I mean, my dad trained at the original Gracie School, and where was it? Where was the Gracie School at in LA? No, the original one you trained at.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I trained with Chris Martin.
Yeah. Anyway, it was LA somewhere.
Nice. So your dad trained, huh?
Yeah, he's a black belt as well. That's how we got started. So yeah.
Family thing.
Yeah. Does he still train?
Not really, man. He has he has like a collapsed lung. So even during this whole thing, he just walked into the gym right now. he doesn't even care. He's just like, oh. He's like, I think this whole thing's bullshit. I'm like, all right, whatever. I can't stop you. So.
Yeah.
He's still got one good lung. He's fine.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. No, he still messes around with us once in a while, but no, not like a.
Not like he used to.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That story right there is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's been trucking around here. I'm like, man, you got to, like, if this thing is real, he was like driving to the grocery store. I'm like, Dad, I'll go get your groceries. Like, he lives like 100 yards away. We have houses beside each other.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, I'll go get your groceries. Just tell me what you need. And you're like, no, he's in Walmart, shorts and a t-shirt, no mask, one collapsed lung, just trotting around like nothing's wrong. I'm like, oh. All right. He's still walking. He's still normal. So
Yeah.
He's living his life, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. So
As we all should, right?
when you decided to make the gym open, like, okay, I'm gonna open this gym, and your story took off with like so many jiu-jitsu websites, and I think Tom DeBloss might have shared it. I know our homie Chewy, I know he shared it.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu. So I know you said that wasn't expected, right? But how nice is it? You're growing. Your followings are growing.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was definitely. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I appreciated it. Did I ever think I was gonna get famous in jiu-jitsu because of this? No. I thought I was gonna be hopefully because of my skills, but you never know what's gonna happen though. So yeah, Gary Tonin got on there like shit 20 minutes after I posted, and he was like, "Hey," he's like, "What's your Venmo? I'll send you money." And I'm like, "No, dude, like, we're okay. We just want to run business. I don't want to take any charity money. We just want to continue our lives as normal." You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but it was super supportive. And
You can give him my Venmo.
What's that?
You can give him my Venmo.
The jiu-jitsu community is a trip, man. It's so loving, and everyone has each other's backs, for the most of it. And so when I saw your story, I was like, hell yeah, like I'm gonna follow this guy. Like instantly I went to your Instagram. It's like, I'm gonna follow this guy. I was like, this is dope what he's doing. And to see everybody else, like, I know you're motivating people to do it, to open up.
Yeah. I've got a handful of people like from across the country. Some like a couple people in Australia. They're like, "Yeah, well, dude, we're gonna open with you." I'm like, "Oh shit, all right." Like, so it's great. It's a great thing. I'm glad that I was the first to start it, I guess. But that was everybody's been super supportive of the jiu-jitsu community. And when a hater gets on there, like saying all of his stuff, then I literally don't even comment back most of the time because everybody else is just like
jumps on
it. Like, yeah, everybody just jumps on. So I'm like, okay, I just like his comment. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, dude. If somebody jumps on one of your posts and starts trolling, I feel bad for them because so many people are gonna try troll them bad.
Oh yeah, poor Kit Dale. Oh man, Kit Dale got it bad the other day.
I didn't see it.
Kit Dale got on there and was like saying something. I'm not gonna argue with Kit Dale. I've hung out with Kit Dale more than 10 times. Right? He's a great guy. We get along, and even after he was kind of talking shit, we were just still joking around online. But man, he posted some stuff like on there, and it probably got like 150 comments of just hatred. I was like, oh god.
They went hard on him, huh?
It was a huge thread. I was like, oh my goodness, you guys are nuts. So I didn't have to say anything though, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, also Kit's down in LA, so like that's where it's the worst in California. That's where it's the worst in the West Coast. So like,
yeah,
he has reason to not go to the gym and not.
Of course,
but
of course.
In a small town, like with no cases, what's the point in disrupting our economy? Shutting down everybody's livelihood.
I don't know how about you. I mean, you guys are gym owners, or you're a gym owner, right? So, I mean, everybody at our gym, right, in January, February, I want to say, before the lockdown, there was even talk about a lockdown. We had like people in here like just kind of coughing with a dry cough. Didn't even sound sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody was kind of like looking pale all of a sudden. Like, what is going on? Like the kids would just like come in playing fine, and they just get super pale and like feel sick and then leave. And that was like a good 2 or 3 weeks. I was like, what the hell is happening, right? And, it's just one of those things. It's just like your average sickness that we have all the time, right? That like as a gym owner, you see it come in, spread everywhere, and then go away.
Yeah.
Right? We've all seen it, right? So, like, we just thought, whatever. So, and then I think they finally started testing, like, in Shasta County, like, a week and a half ago. It's like, wow, a lot of people already got the
they already had it.
Yeah, the immunity is like, well, guys, like, you China didn't shut down their international borders for 2 months after this shit started. What do you think happened?
Right.
You know? It's like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my wife had it in February.
yeah, dude.
With-
I have a friend that's training out here right now, actually. He's a close friend of mine. He was like, he's like, man, I would have sworn my mom had it. She was in bed for 2 weeks with the same exact symptoms, you know, and then my dad got it, and then I got it, right? And he's like, and then it just went away. But, you know, it acted like a flu, and they thought it was a flu, so she never went to the hospital. She just stayed home.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
One of our people that train with us, she works at the hospital. Bad cough, bad fever. Couldn't figure out what it was. They said it was respiratory infection. And it was 2-3 weeks off and on. Couldn't figure out what it was. And then this comes out, everything shuts down. And then it's like, oh, so she definitely had it working at the hospital, larger international town. She fucking had that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee we all know somebody that's had it.
Yeah.
It just didn't
Exactly.
show.
And then if it's as contagious as they all say, then yeah, we probably did. All right. So, sorry guys, I gotta go. Matt, my brother, did me a solid. He just like left, and there's nobody to teach class. So I gotta teach.
Oh my god.
Well,
he's been playing that stupid Dungeons and Dragons bullshit. So yeah.
And so he left to go play?
Yeah.
All right, man.
That's just a little like look inside my life right now.
mm-hmm.
That's every day though. That's before lockdown.
Yeah, that's being a gym owner.
Yeah, the life of being a boss man.
Yeah.
Hey
sure.
Tanner,
Sorry.
let's do this again in like 2 weeks, bro, and see where you're
let's do
at.
it. And I apologize for the short notice. I didn't know he left. So
No, it's good, man.
all right. Yeah, I'll be all right. Sorry, man.
You just sign off, bro. Me and Ethan are gonna continue.
Thanks for being on, man. Wow, that was abrupt.
Hey, that's the gym owner life, bro.
Yeah.
You have
Especially
to.
only coach.
Well, his brother's helping, but his brother had to leave, bro. No, but his story is pretty cool, man. I've been following. I don't know if you're following it on Instagram.
I just found out about it this morning. I thought I saw Chewy post something about it, but I didn't think nothing of it. Thought it was old.
Yeah.
But then you shared it with me, so definitely.
What are you doing, bro?
Definitely was not me. I was trying to look at this article, but it accidentally pulled up the feed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give a shout out to Jiu-Jitsu Times. If you go ahead and pull up their article, Ethan, and
yeah, I got it pulled up right here.
I guess you could read the highlights for the people that are listening. If you do want to go see the article, go to Jiu-Jitsu Times. I'm not sure who wrote it, but
it was Avery Clemens. Let me get it pulled up right here. But yeah, I think what he's doing is all right. You know, they're a smaller town, smaller as in they have 90,000 people, which twice the size of Georgetown, but it's not LA. It's not 30 million people. They don't have hardly any cases. And as long as you're making sure those people that don't have the cases, or making sure the people that do have the cases stay out of the gym, then you should be okay, you know?
Very true.
Following their controversial decision to resume regular classes in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak, Tanner and Matthew Rice of the Rice Brothers Academy in Redding, California, have released a video saying that they're now offering free training for their members who have found themselves in financially difficult situations due to the pandemic. Reopened despite government's mandatory stay at home. They have this big long video here. Basically just saying that they're fuck it, we can't. And I completely understand where he's coming from. I completely understand where you're coming from, Adam. Like,
yeah.
Luckily, we've all been able to stick with you, and how many people have been able to have had to close their accounts with you?
Like 20.
20 out of like 185.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a majority of the students have been able to stay with
Yeah.
us, luckily. But in California, where everything's fucking expensive, I know those people probably aren't going to be able to afford an extra, I don't know, $200 a month or whatever he has to charge.
Right. And the same with him. His building he has, I guarantee, is outrageous. Because California prices for rent and mortgages are crazy right now. Well,
and he's got, from the looks of it, he's got a super huge facility. So
right,
definitely going to be a couple $1,000s.
I understand where he's coming from, especially if he has the support of his whole gym and they're going to open. And that's why I had talked to him, I think 2 days ago. Yeah, so probably the night he opened, I had chatted with him on Instagram. I just started following him, and I was like, "Hey, man, cool story. I like what you're doing." Blah blah. And then the next day, I was like, "Any problems yet?" And he said no. And then I talked to him, I guess yesterday or last night. I said, "Yeah, you want to jump on the podcast, today?" And I guess he literally got that letter today while they were training. And you saw he read that letter to us. I mean, it really doesn't say too much. Like, it's not really too threatening. And I'm wondering if it says about the same that Rolando said. Kind of just asking for them to shut their doors.
I don't know. Rolando's looked quite a bit more aggressive.
That's what I thought, and I was thinking that California would have been more aggressive.
Yeah,
because it's California.
Yeah, his was pretty ordered to cease operation, pursuant to Executive Orders 2020 215, blah blah blah, and it's basically a cease and desist. If I'm using that terminology right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and if you follow him on Instagram, I mean, he's been going live on some of his classes. Like I said, his mats are packed. He's got a morning class. He's got a kids class, and you would think that kids' parents would be more scared.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are on board, man. I think they're kind of in the beginning, 40-something days ago, they were kind of like, oh man, this is scary, and then I think halfway through it, they're kind of like, oh, this kind of seems, still bad, but not bad. And I think now people are like, well, maybe it's not going to go away. Maybe it's going to come every year. Like, if it comes every year, are we going to do this? Or are we going to feel more comfortable if there's a vaccine? And just like, how many people get the flu vaccine and still have the flu?
Yeah, I've had the flu once in my life. I've never had the vaccine.
Yeah, same. So I don't know, man. I don't know if the word vaccine just is going to make the majority of people feel better. I do understand, like, a cure. Yeah, okay. Like, maybe, some that'll help you feel better, and like when you have the flu, So I don't know if that's what we're waiting for. I'm not sure, man. It's tough, man. I see it from all angles. I do. I understand it from all angles, and the crazy thing is seeing how everyone's getting their feathers ruffled here in Kentucky. I can't imagine being in California, New York, these huge states. But then I talked to friends in Texas, and it seems like they're getting ready to, almost get back to normal.
Yeah. Florida, they just completely, if I read it correctly, Florida is basically opening up everything. I think next month, next week, I guess, will be the 4th or something like that.
Yeah, no, I saw people having a fit that their beaches were open. And it's like, man, the sun and ocean is probably really good for you right now.
Yeah. It'll help your immune system, probably. I obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't know, but it's got to help something with your reducing your stress and whatnot. Announces limited plan to open state, but not South Florida. I guess South Florida is where it's the worst, and that's the way it should have been.
Yeah, that's the part that's kind of scary and not scary. Like they can't treat every city the same. I don't think.
Mhm.
And closing down. What do we've been closed down a month and a half, I think, about that.
18th, if I remember right, was when
Yeah.
everything went into effect officially.
Yeah, so if we've been closed down for that much time, I just can't imagine, other businesses that aren't getting the support. You know what I mean? Like our gym, when I preach that we have a gym family, it really is a family. On top of people keeping their memberships, with our gym, it's the support we have. Like even the guys that I'm not seeing, on or chatting with every day, or seeing, or driving by the house, they're messaging me like, "Hey, man, do you need anything? Anything? Let me know. Do you need this? How's the family? And we're all checking in on each other. But that's the thing. Some of these businesses that don't have that, that, man, I could be scared. That's scary, man.
Yeah.
And then you see some businesses, they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're just shutting down. We're done." Like, what?
Yeah, because a lot of businesses like Moki Foam, they're new. They've been open for a year and a half, maybe, something like that. He cannot afford to take 6, 8, 10 weeks off. He's got to pay for all the equipment. He's got to pay for all those people. He might have to go out of business because he just can't afford it.
Yeah, that's the scary part, man. And I just can't imagine that. Like, I'm hitting 10 years. The Georgetown Mixed Martial Arts will be 10 years right now in May. That's 10 years, dude. It took 10 years to build this.
Mm-hmm.
And for someone to just take it away from me, like, hey, no, you're done.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell, bro? Like, that's a scary feeling.
And you're lucky. You own the mats, right?
What's up?
You own those mats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like your overhead's pretty low, just rent basically.
Yeah, rent, utilities, all that stuff. Everything else in the gym is paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So luckily, you lucked out because there's very little overhead, no employees, we have to pay. So it's not like you'd be getting fucked over as bad as, everybody else and everything, all the other businesses, other small businesses. If that's making any sense to you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the problem. Like, there's so many businesses. I mean, just even like I said, our little businesses on Main Street here. Like they can't stay open.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully, this. Did you see the governor's speech, or have you seen the phases?
I haven't been paying attention too much to him. Once he came out with that snitch hotline, I just kind of lost respect for him.
Try to search the phases. They just announced it today, and it's showing a timeline, I guess, when things will open up. So, Marshall,
what up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mr. Professor.
What's good?
Bro, turn off your radio.
I don't know. No music on my phone or nothing. It's probably the cast. Hold up. I'm listening to your shit on Facebook. Hold up.
That's what it is.
This guy.
I told you I'm tech retarded, bro. Is that better?
Yes.
Are we good?
No, it's bad.
Check. I'm just gonna clear up all. They're dead.
Why does he sound like the devil?
Cause I got COVID, bro. What are you talking about?
What are you on, bro? Too much feedback.
It's awful.
I mean, I'm literally on my cell phone right now. That's all I got.
Is it still doing it, Ethan? You guys were having technical difficulties.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Let me see.
Do you have headphones?
You got
They did.
old.
Nah, I just got Bluetooth. They're dead.
This fucking guy.
Why is there feedback like that? It's only when we talk. Say something, Ethan.
Yeah, exactly. Marshall, can you not hear it?
Yeah, I hear y'all.
No,
Do
do
you
you
hear
not hear it?
He doesn't hear it.
I hear y'all. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Is my audio fucked?
Yeah, your microphone's picking up the audio.
Try calling back.
Yeah, give me a few minutes. Let me plug my headphones in the charger and shit.
All right.
Sorry, y'all.
Man, that's our buddy Marshall, and he trained jiu-jitsu at Apex, and he hasn't been actively training, I would say, like over 8 months.
It's been a while. He
It's been a while.
got hurt and then got a girlfriend.
I just seen that he tested positive for COVID.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why I was trying to get him on. And he hasn't trained in 2 years, he said. He just texted me. Marshall, fix your audio, bro. So I wanted him to jump on. Let's see if is it better?
Nope.
He still sounds like the devil. But anyways, sorry about that to our listeners. I was just trying to get Marshall to jump on because I wanted to check in on him and see how he's feeling. And you know, he looks alive to me. I don't, maybe not with that devil screeching in the background, but hopefully he can figure out his audio because it'd be nice to talk to somebody that has it because I have not talked to anybody that recently has it right now. That, you know, I've talked to a few people that they thought they had it in December and February and January, and they took the antibodies test and they did have it. So that's kind of crazy. So
hey,
hopefully
Danielle.
he could fix it. Danielle has it?
No, she doesn't have it.
All right, let's see.
How
Dude.
Y'all don't put me back in yet. I'll tell y'all when to put me back in.
It's fine. Like,
What's she doing?
just no coughing.
Oh, now Ethan's gone. I don't know what's going on here, guys. I'm so sorry. Technical difficulties with these guys, and now Ethan was trying to talk to his girlfriend, and he disappeared. But I think what Ethan was gonna say is Danielle's
I
brother.
turned away and accidentally clicked off of it. So she said
Amateur night.
he had corona.
Your brother-in-law.
Yeah. Was really, really sick, coughing real bad, but he got over it. But the really bad cough led to an infection of his throat. I guess it just rubbed it raw.
But he's fine now?
But he's perfectly fine now. He's 21, I think. 20 or 21. So he's a young guy. So very little to no risk as far as, dying or getting it super serious.
Was he just super sick and went to the hospital and got tested, or how did that happen? Like what?
His partner tested positive for it.
Oh.
So they're like, yeah, there's no point in testing you because that's your partner. You guys live together, so you definitely fucking have it.
You definitely have it.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
That's
how
tough.
many people are positive that they're not testing that these positive people live with?
Right.
Kids,
Yeah.
other adults in the house.
So I'm friends with a nurse in Virginia, and she got exposed to it, so she had a test for it. Right, they made her at work, and she tested positive for it. And she lives with her mom, and her mom, has diabetes and stuff, so she's been staying away from her. But I've been following her Instagrams, and she's fine. She has it, but she shows no symptoms at all.
Yeah.
And she had to take the test just because she was exposed to it, and they wanted to make sure. And sure enough, she does have it, so she still has to be quarantined and all this. But if you're looking at her, she's like, morning yoga, got my workout in. I'm forced to stay home. She's just doing all these workouts, and she feels totally fine. And I'm like, I get it. So like, if she didn't get tested, she'd go hug her mom, go back to the hospital and be a nurse and just infect a ton of people. Like,
yeah.
So I guess that's what one of the main scary things is, And then the other people that I've heard of, it's a friend of a friend, just kind of like, Danielle's brother. All right, let's try it. Let's see if Marshall. But like same thing. Like I don't know. Marshall.
Yeah, my bad. I'm in the wrong screen. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
No, it's the same thing, bro.
Is this so bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Get out of here. See you later, bro. I have so much power, bro. Like you can't see him. I can see him down here at the bottom of my screen still.
Yeah, in the green room.
Yeah. Poor Marshall. Poor guy has COVID and a fucked up audio.
Man, this guy can't win.
He can't win, bro. He can't win. We could try another day, Marshall. He said he's getting some headphones from his girlfriend, so we'll see if that helps out. But yeah, so like that's the thing. I personally don't know anybody that has it, that had it. Now, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to Tom DeBlas, and he says that he had it. He had it when he got back from Worlds, right? And at Worlds, I'm sure. I know for a fact that I shook his hand and gave him one of them bro hugs, because he was at the same hotel as us, so we were all down at the hot tubs together and just hanging out, And he said when he got back, he was really sick, and he just figured he just had a really bad cold/flu, and he got the antibody test this week, and he had it. It says that he already had it. And so he's putting it together like, oh yeah, I bet it was, that time I was really sick. When he made that post, some other people started messaging on his post like, oh man, I had it too when I got back from California, when I got back.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, dang. I was like, what if I had it and I gave it to the wife because she got really sick and I was fine.
And just like Tanner said earlier, I should have asked if they actually had anybody at Worlds, but he said around that same time, December, January, they started getting sick. And if they had somebody at Worlds, then somebody international brought it there. But then all these people are fine.
Yeah, because I was at Worlds in California December, and then I was at Kids Pans in February.
Mm-hmm.
But the wife was already sick before I left Pans, because I remember I was kind of worried about her when I left, and I had people checking on her because she had 103 fever, and it would go away and come back. It was on and off for like a week straight. Mm-hmm. So I was worried about her. And now that I think about it, it's like, man, we need to get these anti-tests for her. But I also don't want to drop $200.
I don't know, $200 for health.
Well, $200 to see if she already had it. I mean, that's a difference.
Mm.
If I was feeling sick or somebody was feeling sick and they needed $200, I mean, I'd kick it down, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think like within, you know, a month, it'll be cheaper. You know, I think they're
Once there's more and more,
yeah,
start flooding the market.
they're killing everybody.
According to the Chicago Tribune,
Spit it out, bro.
shit, I scrolled up and I lost the spot. During the meeting, Trump, who has both threatened to force states to reopen and said decisions will be left up to them, confirmed the White House will not be extending its 30 days to slow the spread guidelines that expire Thursday, tomorrow. So I guess May 1, federally, the country will be open, but when it comes to that, states can shut down whoever wants to. And that's
So
the way
the
it should have been the whole time.
So I don't understand what's that saying. It's saying that the governors, it's up to our governors
Yes.
per state,
Mhm.
which ours doesn't want to open up.
And
Wants to open up very.
if Andy doesn't want to open up the state, then he should leave it up to the mayors and city councils to do that, or county officials or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, oh man, I hate saying it. You know, it's like we're gonna have to just chance it.
Yeah.
You know, because right now with any new case, it's gonna be, you know, like let's say they open up just right now they have the chiropractors, dentist office, and then I think in a couple of weeks hair salons. So someone's gonna get it. And it could be a person that started their morning off, dropping their, you know, maybe taking their kid to a daycare, you know, going to Kroger, right? Maybe they stopped at CVS for their medications, and then they went and got their hair done. So, you know, like that person ends up having it.
Yeah.
What are they going to say? Whose fault was it? Was it Kroger's been open, so they're not going to go with Kroger. You know, they're going to be like, oh, the hair salon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she got it at the hair salon. You know, so then what are they going to do? Shut down hair salons again? You know, it's like, so what are they going to do? Like, I don't get it. Like,
I feel like it's a slippery slope. I feel like a lot of politicians are going to take. It's a bad situation that we're in. You know, it is something that needs to be taken serious. But I think a lot of politicians are going to use this as an opportunity to expand their power.
well, yeah.
And government control. And which they already have, you know. But I don't think that they're going to stop once everything's over completely.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's what they're doing now. Like, right now, I hate saying it, like we're all sheep, you know, because it's what everyone's saying, but it's true. Like, we're just like, okay, let's shut down. Like, even if we don't want to, we're shut down, right? How many people don't want to be shut down? Everybody, you know, and it's not a, you know, people are like, oh, it's a money thing for these people and all this. It's called a living thing, you know. What would I be doing right now if I wasn't, you know, still making money, you know? I mean, I know how to make money, but it's just
in a time right now, you know, if you do had to lose the gym, it wouldn't necessarily be easy to make money.
Right. Let's try to let's see if Marshall's fixed. Marshall.
Check.
Oh,
Oh
finally,
my
this is
God.
so much better.
Score.
About
What's
time,
good, guys? Long time no see.
Oh, I thought you were
Long
having
time no
martial
see,
on, not
bro.
Bruns.
I know. Why does he looks like John Bruns right now? So weird. Everybody, we have our buddy Marshall on. He lives out in. You live in Louisville still?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Lives in Louisville. He
Louisville,
used to
Kentucky.
train.
I'm gonna get
He used
back
to
to it. I
train.
was like, so I was planning to get back to it early February, but I'm a PCA. I'm a patient care associate at a local hospital. And once all this shit started rolling out, I was like, you know what? It's high risk. I don't want to be like spreading it at the gym or nothing. So I didn't foresee quarantine or anything, but shit, I was gonna like wait a couple months, then get back to it. And I mean, I'm gonna get back to it when quarantine's over. But you know what it is.
And that's what
And
people should have been doing the whole time, you know?
I realized I was
Was it
high
more
risk. Yeah,
medication.
exactly. Like I'm working in a hospital. It's like there's no point in risking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I love my brothers in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna spread that shit to them. If I didn't have it back
Right.
then, I have it now. But like there's just no point in going there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what made you test? Are you feeling sick?
I showed symptoms. I started showing symptoms about a week ago. Like I woke up early in the morning on the 21st, about 2 a.m., like coughing up a storm, like dry cough. Check my temperature. That was the highest temperature I had was that night. It was like 100.5. So I called like my hospital. Like they have an employee health hotline going on and that kind of shit. And so they put me on furlough. They tested me this past Thursday, and my results, or no, they tested me Saturday. They tested me this past Saturday, and my results came back Monday that I was positive.
But I've seen you've been working out and being okay.
Bro,
you know?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I went for a fucking run that morning before they called me. It was a really shitty run.
Yeah.
I ain't run in like 2 years. I set out to run a mile. I made it 2/3 of a mile, and just like felt like shit. And I was like, nah, like I just don't feel right. Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? My lungs started closing up. I was gasping and shit. Like 2/3 of a mile. And
It
I
was
was
definitely
like,
the corona.
yeah, nah, man. It was, I could have made it a mile. I should have made it a mile, but whatever. I mean, I'm gonna make it a mile when this is all over. You know what I'm saying?
That's him being. That's him from being a lazy ass. That's what.
Exactly, bro. I've been a lazy piece of shit the past couple of years. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so you have a girlfriend that lives with you?
Yeah, like my living situation right now is a little fucked because like quarantine and everything. I'm blessed, yo. Like her parents have a neighbor who's a very close family friend of theirs who's currently in a nursing home. So her house is unoccupied. So I'm just holed up in her house.
Okay.
I mean,
Nice,
fucking
dude.
blessed, yo. Like not many people have that opportunity. So like I'm just chilling. I'm just waiting it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
They're
gonna be
perfect.
stretching out. I'm gonna be
Why don't
working
you-
out. I'm gonna do my thing.
That person's
So
perfectly
did you-
fine if you live in there?
Yeah. Like, I mean, they're super close family friendly. They've been living neighbors for like 20, 30 years. They know
Okay.
her real well. I've met her a couple times. She's super nice. Like, I mean, she's in a nursing home. There's nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like she's using the house or anything. She's super chill with it.
Okay.
So
What are you
like,
drinking?
Voodoo Ranger. I mean, it's all I got.
Okay.
It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. But like, it's so I'm living right next door to my girlfriend's parents. And that's just like her dad's favorite beer. So he's like, hey man, you want some? Fuck yeah.
The Imperial is pretty good. Have you
Hey,
had the
bro.
Imperial?
Yeah, that's what I'm drinking right now. The Imperial IPA
Okay.
Voodoo Ranger.
It's pretty good.
So did your girl have to get tested?
We're trying to get her tested, bro. It's hard. Like it's really weird. Like the Department of Health called me yesterday because they found out I was positive from a hospital that called them. And I mean, they advised that she self quarantines too, but like it's hard. Like they advised that she contact her primary care physician to get tested, but her primary care physician shuttled off. You know how like you call the helpline and they shuttle you off to other people. Person A shuttles you to person B and all the way down the alphabet. Like, I mean, that's how they're handling it, bro. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But she's self-isolating at our house right now. I'm self-isolating here because she's asthmatic, yo. Like if she gets it, you never know. Like I'm 27 going on 28. I'm relatively healthy. I'm a little overweight, no big deal, but like I'm gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna wait it out.
So you tested positive and you're still
Tested
drinking
confirmed
beer.
positive. I shouldn't be, but I am.
You're the first person I know that has it.
For real. I mean, like for real, I work on the COVID unit at the hospital. So that's like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like I figured it was a matter of time for real.
Right. Yeah, that's that's pretty crazy, man. And like, you sound fine, and I know it hits everyone differently, right?
Yes, sir.
Just talking about that, but to actually talk to somebody that has it, and did you get a fever at all?
Oh yeah. Like a week ago, it was intermittent. Like 21st, the highest I ever got was 21st. It was 100.5, and I was like, but I've been checking it ever since it started. Like they check me on the way into the hospital, and I check it every morning when I wake up. I usually run pretty cold. Like I'm usually like 96.5, 97.5, somewhere around that range, where the normal is like 98.6.
Mm-hmm.
My highest was 105. And I was like, yo, that's like not a super high temp, but like for me running low usually, that's something to be concerned about. And like every few days it would spike back up, but I haven't had a fever in like 3-4 days now.
Man, that's crazy, dude. And everything else, how's your cough?
I mean, there's a lot of like different symptoms that hit people different ways. Like the main thing that's been to me is the GI stuff. Like, I mean, I don't want to gross somebody out. I work in the hospital, so I'm used to this kind of stuff. But I mean, straight up just diarrhea, bro. Like just a lot of diarrhea for me.
Is that where all the
my main symptom
panic came from?
One more time.
Is that where all the toilet paper panic came from?
The real life thing is like everybody shot their pants when somebody sneezed.
That sucks, bro. What about your appetite? You still got an appetite and all that?
Real life, I lost 10 pounds in 3 days because I ate like soup and crackers for 3 days.
Shit.
I had no appetite for like 3 or 4 days. The first 3 or 4 days was the roughest, was like the first few days. But then, I mean, I woke up like the 4th or 5th day, and I was like, I'm starving, and just cooked up a shit ton of eggs and ate up, and I've been good since then. Appetite wise, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so crazy, dude. I can post that you have it, right? You already did on social media.
Oh yeah. I put it on Instagram. It's no big. I mean, I'm not on Facebook lately, but yeah, it's not a big deal. It's whatever.
All right, I'm gonna post it right now. No, because I wanted to know. Like, I want to know, what was going on, like how people are feeling, what's next? Like, what do they say next? Do you have to go to a doctor to get released, or how's that
I'm getting
work?
tested again Thursday. So yeah, tomorrow at like 8 a.m.
And when are they're going to just say if it's gone?
Yeah, pretty much. They're just going to wait for that test result to come back, and if it's negative. See, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't even know how it's going to work. Like, if I'm negative tomorrow, I don't know when I'm going back to work. If I'm positive tomorrow, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and get tested again, like in 3 or 4 days, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's your work say? Do you need to stay off for a while?
So that's one thing. I'm not going to say where I work because I'm not like super happy about how they're handling it for real. Because so the test site, the people who tested me called me and said like, hey, you're positive. You have to be in quarantine. You have to self-isolate for 14 days. The employee health hotline that I'm working with for the exact same company, exact same hospital, whole nine, was like, yo, once you test negative and we clear you, you're good to go back to work. And I'm like, they didn't say this outright, but like if I test negative and then clear me before the 14 days is up, that contradicts what the other person told me, and they all work for the same company. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, like who's right, who's wrong? Like
exactly, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, dude. I work for a hospital. I work in healthcare. I'm not like a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm essentially a nurse's aide. I'm almost an orderly. Right. But like nobody knows what the fuck is going on, dude. Like for real. Yeah. From the inside, like nobody knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so crazy. So like when you're working like that, like you're on the front line and stuff, you're around it by no choice, because that's your work.
Right. I mean, I want to clarify, so I have the option. So like the unit I work on used to be a cardiac unit, like an ICU step down for hearts. Like if you had open heart surgery, you'd go to the ICU after a few days and you'd come to us. But we are like the newest unit. Right. We have the hottest, newest shit, like technology wise. So the hospital, I guess like the CEO or whoever was like, yo, you guys are going to be the warm, like technically we're a warm unit. I think it's the hot unit because like we have all the COVID patients. But should have lost my train of thought. But yeah, no. I told my management and everything like, yo, I'm young, keep me on the front lines, like let me work with the COVID patients. Send the pregnant people, send the people with kids upstairs. Like, because we still have, like, there's no elective stuff going on in the hospital, but like if you need like emergent heart surgery, you got to get that heart surgery. You know what I'm saying? We're still treating those patients as a cardiac unit. We just have like our nurses going to different sections of the hospital to do that. I told management, like, yo, send the unhealthy people up there. Keep me on the front lines. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's respect to you. So when you're working on the front lines, are they like constantly telling you guys, hey, how do you feel? Make sure you check in if something don't feel right. You know, because that'd be the horrible part, right?
Oh yeah, like they have they have the website, they have the symptom tracker of like, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't doing this every day like I was supposed to, but they have a symptom tracker they want you to do like every day to like, and it's kind of weird though, because like it's just the symptom tracker is just like cough, temperature, sore throat, and there's another one I don't remember, but it was like none of that really affected me except the temperature. Like for me, it's been like muscle soreness, fatigue, GI issues, and like temperature intermittently. Excuse me. So
like if I just went cold.
I mean, I can't tell you the last time I had a cold or a flu, but like, I mean, it's for me. I don't want to say for anybody else. Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had a coworker who works night shift doing the same job I do. Her mom was in our hospital, got put on the ventilator, never came off the vent, bro. She passed away. She's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Right. Like, I mean, she was older. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But like, I mean, this is hitting people hard. Certain people hard.
It's still serious. Like, it's still something.
It's very serious for sure. And like Louisville and Lexington are probably the most concentrated areas in Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? So like we're the New York, we're the Sacramento of Kentucky. Not like we're hit as anywhere near as hard as those places, but we're the cities of Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think, but like I've been listening to this podcast since y'all started, and I agree with what y'all been saying. Like, I mean, it shouldn't be like a sweeping blanket statement of like everyone has to shut down, especially like places like Georgetown where you might have like what y'all say like 80 cases or something crazy. Like keep the high risk people inside. Let y'all do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we only have 20 something actually, or was.
Damn, dude, we got that in my hospital. Like so the company I work for has like 5 hospitals in Louisville. We have like 50 cases on any given day throughout the hospitals. Like they're distributed throughout all 5 hospitals. But like,
yeah, I heard UK only had 10 at like last week. They only had 10.
Oh wow, good for them.
There, you know, I'm sure people that test positive, they're sent home to quarantine like they do to you.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like I'm a PCA. I'm a patient care associate. So I draw blood and that kind of shit. I gave somebody the antibody test. I don't know the results or anything. I can't say that because of HIPAA. But I did give somebody the antibody test, and I thought that was really cool. But yeah, that's the thing we're doing in the hospital, and like even if you're positive and like you don't need to be like I don't need to be hospitalized. Like bro, I went for a run the day before I found out I was positive. Like I'm pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But there are people who aren't, and like once they get decent, they're still going home even while they're positive.
Right.
What does that antibody test consist of? Is it just drawing blood?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, dude, I just work there for real. Okay. I just do their blood and send it down to the lab.
It's a job, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That I saw you make the post, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna message him. And then when I saw
thanks, bro. Thank you for reaching out, dude.
When you're watching right now, I was like, dude, I'm just gonna see if he wants to jump on here because.
Oh hell yeah! I think that was funny, bro. Because I was literally like watching this, and I'm like, man, I want to be on the Open Mat Chat podcast one day.
Today's your day, motherfucker.
Right? What better day than now, motherfuckers? Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I saw that you have it, you know, that you tested positive, but I'm following you, you know, on Instagram and everything, and you're working out and you're chilling.
Yeah, bro. Like, so like me and my brother, like I've been trying to get back in shape for a solid couple weeks now. Like my diet's been pretty on point for about a month. Workout plan's been on point for a couple weeks. I mean, my biggest concern was making sure I didn't pass it to my brother, my girlfriend, anybody I've been in contact with over the past couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I've been lifting weights. I've been like jumping rope. I've been walking. I hate running, so I only did that once. I'm not gonna lie, but I need to do that more.
So now that you tested positive, and then when you take another test, and if you still have it, whatever, either way, you got to be out for like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And then will you donate your blood and stuff for like
Fuck
antibody
yeah.
testing and all that?
Oh hell yeah. So like the way my company's doing it, like so the CEO has been given updates every night on YouTube and that kind of thing of like, this is what we're doing, these are our numbers, this is the plan, that kind of thing. And he's talked about like, yo, if you've been so I'm on furlough right now. Obviously, like, I can't work because I'm contagious and shit.
Mhm.
But he's been talking about how like once you've worked with employee health, you've been on furlough for however long, and you come back, we want to see if you can donate your plasma, so you can donate that plasma to like positive patients in the hospital and help them recover from
Right.
it.
Okay.
And like,
you're
of
down?
course, dude. Like, yeah, I used to give blood in high school. I've given blood drives. Like, dude, I'm not. Yeah, totally.
That's dude. Respect that,
Yeah, really.
because donating plasma is not easy either.
I've never done it, so like, don't hype me up or nothing.
Don't be a pussy.
Okay, done.
No, that's cool too, though. Like, so if me and Ethan, if we ever tested positive, we're gonna steal your blood.
Mhm.
Help us
Just
out.
punch me in the face too hard, dude. I'm a bleeder, bro. You punch me in the nose, I bleed. It's all good.
No, that's crazy. So now you're just you're in you're quarantined by yourself, right? And
Yes, sir.
you're just FaceTiming your girlfriend.
Yeah. We're on Facebook Messenger a lot.
Yeah.
Just chilling. I'm on Samsung, so I don't have that fancy FaceTime shit.
Mhm. Yeah, neither do we.
Look, dude. The thing is, with like you got family, you got your girlfriend, but man, the people like I've been talking, we've been getting a little bit about the mental health part of it, and if you're just by yourself, or you don't really have that many friends, and you're just stuck at home already, or if you do test positive, now you're just stuck at home by yourself. Like that would suck, dude. That would suck.
I mean, I'm trying to stay positive. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Like,
yeah, that's what's crazy is like so I don't want to worry about it too hard because I don't want to stress myself out. But like, if I get worse, like, no one's gonna come in and like,
what,
dude? Fucking Isaac, bro.
That's what he's been up to.
Oh,
loads of porn, bro.
No. But yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I'm just hoping I don't get worse for real. Because like, if I start like throwing up and shit, like if I throw up on the carpet, bro, who's gonna clean that shit up? Me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a big baby when I'm sick, dude, and I need the wife to give me all the lovings and all the attention and take care of me. I couldn't imagine having the quarantine by myself, dude.
So like, I mean, physically I'm by myself. Like, there ain't nobody in the house, but like, I'm literally next door to my girlfriend's parents. Like, they are hooking me up. Like her dad's cooking. And he's in super quarantine. Like, he's been smoking cigarettes his whole life. He just quit. Don't get me wrong. He quit before the COVID outbreak, but like he's staying quit because of this. But he's already got COPD and that kind of shit. But I mean, he was literally self quarantining before COVID ever came out because he didn't want to catch the flu, like the seasonal flu that was going around. Like, he didn't want to get that.
Yeah.
Once COVID came out, it was like, yo, motherfucker, you gotta really stay inside. But I mean, he's just cooking a lot, killing his time and that kind of thing. So he's helped me out a lot with that. So like, my food's good, all that shit's good. Like, I'm blessed, dude, for real. Like, I'm super lucky to like, not that I'm lucky to have COVID or anything, obviously, but like, for the situation I'm at, like, it could be way worse, dude. It could be so much worse for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like when you said you tested positive for it, I was like, oh fuck. Like, like.
But that phone call was rough. Like, dude, I was walking around. Like, I was literally outside my house. Like, I was just walking around my neighborhood, like, just chilling, just going for a walk, just doing my thing. Employee health calls me up and was like, hey, by the way, what's up?
Did you cry?
No, I was in public, bro. I can't be doing that shit. No, I mean, it was rough. Like, I totally was like, I gotta try and be professional with all my coworkers and whatnot. Like, I don't cuss at them or nothing like that. But I was like, oh shit. And she was like, yeah.
Ethan, did you cry?
Huh?
When when you tested
When you
positive?
found out you had AIDS?
AIDS, yeah.
Did
Did you cry?
Nah, I didn't.
No.
I figured.
Did Danielle cry?
All that unprotected butt sex.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm glad you're all right, man. Well, so far, I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah, bro. Week from now, I'll have a selfie with the ventilator down my throat.
Yeah, man. When you see that post, you're just like, oh fuck, I know somebody.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's just crazy for me. Is like, so I'm on the front lines. I'm on the COVID unit. I obviously probably contracted it from a patient that I worked with.
Right.
And I showed symptoms, but like I mean, like if I was in better health, I might not have showed symptoms. So how many people are out there at Walmart, like your videos at them, like at Lowe's, at Home Depot, at Kroger, at all these fucking places that are open, who are asymptomatic carriers? You know what I'm saying? Like the mask only goes so far. Like don't get me wrong, I'm wearing the mask outside. I'm doing my thing. I'm trying not to go outside as much as I can, but like straight up, it's hard not to go stir crazy when you're just stuck in a house you've never been in before.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, dude, like people not wearing the mask and that kind of thing, like it's crazy, bro. Like, I mean, you totally have it, not know it. That's like, especially jiu-jitsu people who are like getting a lot of cardio and active and that kind of thing. Because the main thing is the lungs. Like once you start feeling a little short of breath and a fever, like that's how I knew I had, like was probably sick. Was like I felt warm.
Right.
So I worked out that morning. Last week Monday morning, I was working out with my brother, and I never really recovered. Like I still had my watch on that tracked my heart rate and shit, and my heart rate was like still in like the 110s, 120s, like 3, 4, 5 hours after we worked out. And I was like, yeah, why am I not recovering? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I not resting heart rate right now? Took my temperature and it was really high. And like, yeah, that's how I knew. Better shape, I might not have known. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like the people that, I don't know anybody, like I said, like you're the first person that I personally know. Ethan personally knows somebody, Danielle's brother, and he's out there in Louisville also.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of, it's scary to think like, okay, yeah, it could be spread so easy, but it's also like, man, maybe guys like you, and guys like Danielle's brother, maybe it's a good thing that you're getting it and getting it out of the way or building antibiotics, and maybe it's going to help other people, so like maybe sheltering it, being away from it might not be a good thing. It might backfire on us, So it's
yeah,
hard.
I mean, I wish we could pick and choose better on who's in quarantine, because there is a subset of the population who's going to be way more at risk than like the general population. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if this happens again, next year, or in 2 months when they say, hey, let's open up everything, and then one person gets it again, then are we going to do this again? Are we going to like build our businesses up and then shut them back down, build them up, shut them down, or keep getting,
That's what's crazy, dude. Like a lot of people who are like,
if the government,
go ahead.
If the government's like, okay, we're going to match your pay, everyone's pay. All right, we're going to close your business, but here you go. You're going to get, $6,500 a month. This business is going to get this. Then stay closed. Okay, yeah. Okay, stay closed. That's fine. But
like, who the fuck's going to go back to work after that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And where's that money coming from?
For real.
Nobody's paying taxes because they can't afford it because they're not doing any commerce.
Right.
So the government's not getting their money. So then it's just unsustainable. Shutting everything down. Bro. Handing out money.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just seems like a mess to me. And if this happens again, are we just going to repeat the same cycle again? And for a second run, let's just say, no matter what, even businesses that are getting help, these little businesses, right?
Yeah.
Like me, if I did qualify, I'd get $1,000 for the SBA loan, and that's it. I mean,
but was that going to last you what, like 2 weeks? Like that, I can't imagine. I don't know nothing about your finances as like the Georgetown gym owner. You know what I'm saying? But like $1,000, come on, dude, come on.
That don't cover nothing.
That ain't shit. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. And so that's my thing. Like, so the next time this would come around and they're like, hey, we're gonna have to shut it. Like, how many people are gonna be like, no, fuck this. We just now built back up and recovered
exactly
from our first shutdown.
I mean, it's crazy because, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I work in healthcare. Like, I see where everybody's coming from on, like, we gotta Like I mean, don't get me wrong. On the silver side, like I don't want to get overwhelmed, dude. I don't want like 50 people. Like we have like 38 beds in my unit, and if we overflow that, like what are we gonna do? Because that's the COVID unit. Are we gonna like figure out whatever we're doing throughout the hospital? Like I have no idea, dude. That goes way over my head.
Right.
So like on the one hand, I do want like as few cases as possible because like I mean it sucks. Don't get me wrong. Like yeah, I don't sound bad. I'm not feeling that bad, but it's super inconvenient to have to quarantine and like have to go to the freaking toilet every 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like real life. But I mean, it's for me as a 27-year-old, it's a minor inconvenience. But like as the 77-year-old, it might fucking kill you, dude. Like, but on the same side, like you've worked, I don't even know how long Georgetown MMA has been open. You know what I'm saying?
10 years.
And like for that to be closed forever long, that's bullshit.
Right.
That's straight up bullshit, dude. Like it's crazy.
Now for your work, like you're mandatory to stay off work for 2 weeks. Like, are you getting paid, or are they going to make you?
I'm getting paid. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting paid. Yeah, like I'm blessed, bro. Like I'm really, really blessed. Like my company is really good. I have the best. I work for the best healthcare company in Louisville, bro. Like don't get me wrong, dude. Like they're paying me for all this.
Okay.
Good.
Well,
shouts out, respect, the whole thing, dude. Yeah.
If they had forced you for 2 weeks off, and then you need to file for unemployment, and like people that have applied for unemployment a month ago still aren't
even getting it. Yeah, dude. Like,
not yet. I'm like, dude, that would suck for you. Like,
oh, dude, it'd be awful, bro. Like, I'm not making that much for real. Like, I'm working some entry level ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making bank working in healthcare. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the doctors are. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Nurses might be, but not me. Like, I still got bills to pay. My landlord sent me an email like beginning of the month, like, hey, pay rent. We got bills, and I'm like, fucking, I know, dude. You ain't gonna remind me.
Yeah.
Hey, that's where they're coming from too. Like everybody's got their own shit going on, and like, and like that's how. I mean, on the one hand, that's kind of how it is and how it should be. Like everybody's looking out for themselves, but like you gotta go. Like, I don't know, dude.
If your landlord is harassing you, I'm like, all right, checks in the mail. Lick it all over.
Real life, dude. My landlord came over. My landlord's a married couple. The dude came over and like when he was inspecting everything to renew the lease, homie's a black belt at core under Helio.
Oh,
believe it or not. Real life, yeah. So it's like if I can keep it standing up, maybe, but once you go to the ground, like I'm fucked.
That's funny, man. Now, I'm glad. Well, at least you're still making some money, and you're not feeling horrible. So this is like, what do you think? How many days have you had it since you felt like you had it, and then you got tested?
So I started feeling a little bit rough last week Monday. Today's Wednesday. So what is it, like 9-10 days?
Okay.
So like I called them Tuesday morning. Yeah, Tuesday morning. Because it was like Monday I was a little iffy, and then Monday night into Tuesday morning it was like really shitty. And last week was like the worst part of it. Like, I mean, I'm not like I think it was psychosomatic in a little bit of ways because I found out this past Monday that I was positive because I got tested this past Saturday. I mean, it was the weekend. It takes 24 to 48 hours to get those results back.
Right.
But I mean, once I found out, it was like, I mean, there's no way to tell if it was like just me like anxious that I was feeling bad or like just me genuinely feeling bad. But like I did feel bad Monday and Tuesday. But today it's like, all right, it's whatever. I'm doing my thing and hanging in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, that's so crazy, man. And your girl,
it was like.
She don't feel sick?
So my girlfriend's a photographer for a decently sized magazine in Louisville, and she shot the speedball and not the drug. It's like this party at the Speed Museum at U of L. And I don't know if y'all ever saw that, but like it came out later that like some random person was positive at the speedball.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a scientist. I haven't done the tracer testing, but there were a bunch of politicians or a bunch of like local famous people there. Like, and she went through the photos of like, this is the person who was positive, and here she is hugging whoever else.
Wow.
And fucking like, I think John Yarmouth's, no. Some politician's wife came out positive. Fucking, who's the senator, dude? Rand Paul. Rand Paul came out positive. Mm-hmm. It was like, where else do you think they got it, bro? And like, so that's where I'm going with this. She was sicker than I was, like back in February when this all happened, when the speedball happened, like right afterwards.
Right.
And so like once the antibody test comes out, I want her to get tested because I'm like 90% sure she had it back then.
Yeah.
She had like chills, bad fever, just feeling like general shit back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. My wife had in February, and I had traveled to California, in December.
Oh, for Worlds?
I was out there for Worlds, yeah, and then
bro, I saw who's that? Is it Tom DeBlash or Tom DeBlas? How do you say that shit?
DeBlas.
Tom.
Okay, yeah, I saw that shit on Instagram a while ago. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I mean, the crazy thing is like he could have had whatever he got at Worlds and felt like total dog shit, and then had COVID later and been fine. Like he could have had two totally different illnesses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's the unknown, bro. It's the unknown.
That's just freaking people out. It's like, and that's what's crazy. Is like this shit is really truly unprecedented. Like, yeah, we've had whatever flu in like the early 1920s.
Yeah.
We ain't got no internet back then. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't interconnected like we are now. Like it's way different. Like it's so
the media
is totally unprecedented. And like going through this as someone who's positive, like I said earlier, bro, like nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Like, I mean, I don't want to say nobody knows what the fuck they're doing, but nobody knows what's really going on. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of it's just play it by ear. A lot of it seems like.
Yeah, I feel like the media is playing a big role in scaring everybody. And now the media is trying to throw the UFOs like we didn't know that they existed already.
What a fucking time to drop that shit. Like, that's crazy.
Really. Come on now. We already knew.
Bro, way to bury the lead. You know what I'm saying?
We already knew. But we've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes, Marshall. I was glad to jump on here.
Oh, sorry for like all the crazy shit earlier. I'm just glad I got on a little bit.
Yeah, you're technically.
Yeah, but that was the COVID fucking with my voice for real. I just had to clear my throat.
Okay. That's what we said. It's like the COVID devil's in you or something. I appreciate you jumping on here.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Of course, besides the podcast, I'll be checking in with you, but we'll definitely check back in once you're healthier too and see.
Yeah, bro, hit me up in a couple weeks. Like I ain't got nothing but time for the next few weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, like you're not at like episode 60. Rest in peace, Marshall, because that would suck.
Fuck, man.
Damn, that was rough.
Yeah.
Dude, let's edit that. Let's edit that out.
Okay. Episode 69.
You're giving them a few weeks, huh, bro? No, for real, brother. I appreciate you being on.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Thanks for listening. Where can they find you, Marshall?
I'm on Instagram mostly at Marshall the Professor.
Okay, Ethan.
At the Boss Goss on
Same
everything.
with me. You can find me at the Open Mat Chat podcast. Our earlier guest, Tanner Rice, you can find him on Instagram and Facebook.
Shout out to Tanner Rice, y'all.
Yeah, dude, he follow his
fucking
story.
Cowboy.
We'll try to have him back on. He had a rush out of this interview. And I totally, coming from a gym owner, I understand the gym life that he's going through right now, and respect to that guy. But yeah, for sure, you guys follow us, like our pages. We're starting to post on YouTube, so subscribe, like, and you fellas have a good night. Enjoy your beers.
One thing before we roll out, shout out to all you crazy motherfuckers on the front line, dude. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to you, Marshall.
Yeah,
No,
you
bro,
too,
I'm taking a break. Shout out to me when I'm back on the front lines.
You have no choice.
Battle fatigue.
All right, fellas. Peace out.
Later on.
Later. I'm ending the broadcast. Ethan, Marshall.
Yes, sir. Go get some.